Hi, welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. Check out the website femyoga.com, click the support button, and help us to keep this channel going and growing with your support. Thank you so much to every single person who has contributed over the last 30 days. That makes such a huge difference. Sorry to David Dunn. I think you are the most recent sponsor, and I did not put you on the list just yet, but I will. David Dunn just sent $20 to the channel last night. So appreciate you and every single person that has made this channel possible in the last 30 days and over the last 2 years, where we have been live streaming every single day for over 2 years now. I will be talking about this book on this book review, but I want to take a quick moment to just say please subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, because we are 22 subscribers and 3 hours of watch time away from being able to apply for monetization here on YouTube. And that would be a big game changer for us because we've been doing a lot on YouTube, but we haven't been able to monetize. And we can monetize through ads, we can monetize through super chats. So all you have to do is subscribe and watch the content. You don't even have to send a penny, and you can still help the growth of this channel. So some of you, I know you're in a position where you don't have a whole lot of extra cash, but hopefully you can click that subscribe button and help me out hugely, hugely. Yes, Chicken on Biscuits, first comment to the broadcast. We are doing this live. Now I jump right into this book, which has actually inspired the entire theme for this channel for the year of 2019. Today is January 9th. It's about 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I finished reading this book last week. It's called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and it has completely lit me up. It has given me so much energy and so much passion for this vision, which I already was passionate about the vision. I really truly believed in it, but I wasn't investing my time and energy in the right activities to make it into what I want it to be. Which, if you don't know, I'm trying to build this channel to be live 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's a huge goal. I don't know of anyone else who's doing anything like that. And it's not a cheap goal either. I've estimated we have to bring in about $600,000 per year in order to even afford to be able to do that, to bring on high quality content creators 168 hours per week. And the reason is because I think that depression stems from loneliness. And I think a lot of the problems in our life stem from depression. So whether you're diagnosed clinically depressed, or if you're just feeling really down, feeling like you have low energy, feeling lonely, I think having access to 24/7 positive, engaging content on a network like this can change the world. I literally think it can change lives, it can change your life, and I think it's saved some lives in the past too, according to some of the testimonials I've got. You can check out some of the success stories over on our website too. Hey Josh. Cray cray, but very ambitious and very exciting. Thank you. I appreciate that, chicken. So, as I often do when I do my book reviews here, I'm going to just kind of cheat off of the table of contents so I don't forget any of my talking points here. So, the main theme of this book is massive action. He talks about 4 degrees of action. One is massive action, basically the most possible action that you could be taking at any given moment. The next one down is regular action. So that's like the normal middle class level of action. A lot of people, they work pretty hard. They're hard workers. They go to work 8 hours a day, probably even more with travel and lunch breaks. And they take action each day, but it's not enough to really break them out of that trap of the middle class and out of middle class life and actually the middle class nowadays is actually pretty much in debt. It's not like you're doing okay and you're getting by. No, like you're living paycheck to paycheck so you can pay your bills, which you're way behind on, and you have thousands of dollars in debt, usually from student loans, which I also think is another trap. Sure, if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, you need certain degrees by law, but I digress. Let's not get into the education problem right in this broadcast right now. So the next level down, the third level down, is retreating, moving away, backing off, downsizing. Usually that's going to be driven out of fear. And what he says in this book is that fear, when you feel that fear, that means that you should do that. You need to take action, because the longer you take to think about something, the more fear you have built up. So you can call it fear, you can call it anxiety, but I found this to be so true in my life. How about you guys? when you think about something, you think about all the things that could go wrong and all the reasons that you shouldn't do it and all the things that people might say that you know and people that you don't know. What are people going to think? How are you going to look to the world? And it's 9 times out of 10, none of those things happen. Nobody even says the thing you were afraid they were going to say. Nobody thinks the thing you thought they were going to think. And none of the bad stuff happens that we think is going to happen in our head. So all that bad stuff only happened in our head. And the only problem, the only thing we did wrong was to not take action sooner before that could become so intimidating in our mind and grow into this big, scary, intimidating beast and monster. And then we find out that really it wasn't so bad and it was perfectly fine, and we should have, the only thing we regret is that we didn't do it sooner. There's a lot of that in my life, and I think you guys would probably have uh, that same thing too. I see some people commenting, true that. Josh says fear breeds more fear. Totally true. And then the final degree of the worst degree of action would be doing nothing. That's like, oh, I really know I should be working on my business. I really know I should be reading that book. I really know I should be having that meeting with that client or working on some advertising or marketing. Instead, I'm going to take a nap, or I'm going to sit here, I'm going to watch TV. Watching TV is either not it's either doing nothing or regular action, because I think a lot of people spend a lot of time in front of their TVs, and that would actually categorize it as regular or normal action. So what we want to do this year, and I encourage you to, I inspire you, I encourage you to do the same thing, is to take massive action in your life every single day. Maybe you're not a business owner. Maybe you stay at home with your kids. But are you taking massive action to be the best parent that you can be and to be the best you that you can be? Are you taking massive action on your own care? Are you taking care of your health? How can you earn some money at home? Why not? I've heard money called freedom units before, so that the more money we have, the more freedom we have, and the more generous we can be. Maybe you don't need the money, but you could generate some income and then give it all to charity for all I care. That's massive. You could take massive action in charitable giving and in altruism if that's your passion, if that's what you're all about. Yes, Josh said sometimes you just got to shut down the fear and do the thing, like jumping into a cold pond. I don't know why you'd want to jump into a cold pond. Maybe there's gold at the bottom of the pond. That's a pretty good reason to jump into a cold pond. Moving on. So those are the 4 degrees of action. Something I really liked in this book too, he talked about it in chapter 4, is that success is your duty. So not to think of it as, oh, it would be nice to be successful. Oh, I want success. Wouldn't that be great? It's your duty. It is your responsibility as a human being to the rest of human society and to the earth in general for you to be successful in every way possible so that you can contribute as much as possible to the earth and change the world in as much of a positive way as possible. Because when you're just taking regular action and you're just going with the norm and accepting the norm, you're really not doing a whole lot. And if you're in that stage right now, I don't want you to feel like your life isn't worth something and that you're not having an impact on the world, but just try to challenge yourself into, how can I do more? How can I do better? How can I be who I want to be in the world? Maybe you had a really bad childhood. Maybe you're in a really bad situation with your career or your debt, your bills right now. How can you change that today? What's one step that you can take today, a massive step that will start moving you towards that goal? So the 10x rule is basically 10xing everything in your life. How can you work 10 times harder? How can you do 10 times more? So when I first saw that, I was like, well, Grant, if somebody's working 8 hours a day, how are they going to work 80 hours a day? Or someone like me who works probably closer to 12 hours a day, how am I going to work 120 hours a day? That's not possible. There's only 24 hours in the day. Well, he answered that in the book, thankfully. He talks about how you can create more time by doing more in less time. So let's say it takes the average person an hour to make 30 phone calls. Well, if you can make those 30 phone calls in 30 minutes, then you just 2x your time, right? You just increased your time by 2 because you're putting out more in that time than you used to or than the average output is. Plus, there's delegation and hiring. When you hire somebody or delegate somebody to do some stuff for you, you create more time, you open up more time. Or if you do something like on the internet. So I could sit here and I could say everything I'm saying right now to one person, and I could spend the next, I don't know, maybe this would be about a 20-minute video talking to one person about these ideas. And I could change that one person's life for sure. I know I could. Or I could do it online and have an infinite, boundless amount of people whose lives can be impacted by this information. And therefore, I am creating massive amounts of time and energy. I'm putting this energy in once, but this energy can feed your energy tank. And you could be watching this years from now. And you could be, the world could be a completely different place, but this message is still powerful and it's still poignant. I'm at a loss for the word I'm looking for here, but it's still going to be beneficial and useful. It's kind of a timeless message. We often tend to underestimate the amount of time and energy that it takes to be successful. One big example that he uses in this book, which I've been applying immediately, that's what we want to do. We want to take action immediately. As soon as we're excited about something, take the action then. That is your opportunity. If you try to return to it later at another time, you're not going to be in that same mindset. You're not going to be as excited. You're not going to have the same results you would have had if you had done it as soon as you thought about it. So the one thing is Instagram posts or any social media posts. I've been using Instagram because I can also post to my Twitter at the same time. I don't use Facebook for privacy reasons, and I was only posting once a day. Before that, I wasn't posting once a day. I was posting maybe a couple times a week, just intermittently. And then I did this challenge where I posted every day for 50 days a picture of myself when I first woke up in the morning. Shout out to Katie who gave me that idea. And I thought, wow, look at me go. I'm posting every single day. I'm an expert. I'm a pro here. Then I read this book and he's like, if you're posting to your social media one time per day and expecting massive results, you're doing it wrong. He says that he wants to post about 10 times per day. So I've been trying to post more and more to Instagram and I've noticed that. So 2 weeks ago, I had gotten like 3 Instagram followers in the week or something like that. This past week, I got 28 Instagram followers. I mean, that's an 800x. It's 800% increase or 8x, I guess. So that's proof. And I'm not even posting 10 times a day. I'm posting maybe 4 times a day roughly, and I'm getting 8x results. So it kind of shows even you don't necessarily have to put in 10x more to get 10x results, but you want 10x of the results that you have right now. Because for me, we brought in about $86,000 in revenue last year on this channel. We did, not just me by myself, the other creators on this channel, and you guys who actually support the channel by clicking the support button on the website. And this year, I wanted to do 100,000. And then I thought more about it and I said, we really could do 150,000. So it's about twice what we did last year. Maybe you should think 10x. He definitely has some ideas in here that are a bit extreme for where I'm at in my mindset right now. Not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying that I'm not there yet. I haven't fully been able to process it through my overly analytical, intellectual brain. So I'm working on that. But he does talk about 10x goals. He wants 6 billion people in the world, which is pretty much everyone in the entire world, to be exposed to his trainings. To me, it's hard for me to set a goal like that, but I just read this book last week, so bear with me, Grant. If you're watching this on the replay, I know you are. I'll get there. I will get there, right? 800,000. Well, actually, that is my goal. My goal is 600,000, but I set that as a 10-year goal last year. So by 2027, or sorry, 2028, I wanted to be bringing in $600,000 a year and have this channel live 24/7. Now I'm realizing I could probably make that happen a lot faster if I just put more energy into that goal and stayed hyper focused on that goal and try not to let other things distract me. Just a quick side note, I am currently reading the book Good to Great by Jim Collins, and there's very similar ideas in there that Grant talks about in this book, which is that good is not good enough. And that, you hear this argument, don't let the perfect get in the way of the good. But if you really want to be great, you can't settle for good. You can't settle for good enough. Oh, well, it's good enough. You really have to keep pushing it towards greatness. And I'll do a review on that book when I finish that one. Let's keep focusing on this one here. Right here, chapter 8 is called Average is a Failing Formula, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Another thing he talks about here, which I really quite like, chapter 10 is about competition. He says, stop focusing on competition. Stop looking at what your competition is doing. Stop comparing your numbers to their numbers. Stop focusing on that. What you want to be focusing on is industry domination. You want to become the face of your entire industry. Again, big goals, big goals. I actually think I have a chance of doing that with live streaming. Definitely on Periscope. I think right now on Periscope, which is Twitter's live streaming app, I am virtually the face of a live streamer who does this for a living, a live streaming network, a live streaming channel, an entrepreneur who is a live streamer full time and puts all of their energy into live streaming. So why not be the face of the entire industry globally? At least, nationally. So that kind of changed my perspective. I've been doing that. I've been thinking, okay, well, we want to be, right now we're number 3 in super hearts in the world for Periscope. So I'm like, okay, we want to get to number 2, then we want to get to number 1. I'm watching number 2 and number 1, seeing what they're doing, thinking a lot about that. And then for to read this, I was kind of like, yeah, just release that. It's really not about the competition. Yes, you do want to be familiar with the people who are doing great so you can learn the best practices and you're, inspired and motivated by things that they're doing, but you don't want to become overly consumed with watching the competition. Sam Walton of Walmart was very famous for doing that. He would go into his competitors' stores. He was very, always asking questions and learning, but then he dominated the discount retail industry. He didn't just compete, he dominated. So that's really the goal that Grant says that you should have. And I like that goal. It's not a matter of putting them out of business. It's not a matter of dominating them or their failure. The more successful I am, the more successful we all are. The more successful one live streamer is, the more successful all live streamers are. I truly believe in that abundance, that if one person is doing better, it's good for all of us because it shows what's possible to everybody. So I really, really liked that idea. It kind of changed the way that I thought about it. He talks about how obsession is actually really good, and you're gonna hear. He said you'll know that you're taking the right amount of action when people start pushing back. People will tell you to take it easy, calm down. You're gonna get burnt out. You need to have balance. You're what are some other things? Oh, people will, you're doing too much. You're advertising too much. You're contacting me too much. I'm hearing from you too much. And I've had that fear as a business owner myself. I don't want to email people too much. I don't want to, be in their face too much. People have, I don't want to say who, but another quite prominent live streamer once said to me, well, with the 24-hour a day concept, he said to me, well, aren't you worried about people getting notification fatigue? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, don't you think they're going to get annoyed with how many notifications they get from your channel? And I was like, well, first of all, it's really easy to turn notifications off on a channel. If I'm live 24/7, we don't need notifications because we're live. Just come in whenever you want. We're live, and you can watch the replays if you miss the show that you want to get. We're also working on the calendar. We have 6 shows right now that are scheduled out every single week at the same day and time, just like a TV network, just like a TV show, so you know when you can come on to watch your favorite broadcasters. Jump over to femyoga.com and click the calendar to learn more about that. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Okay, okay. I like this. I like to see in the comments there's people here who are entrepreneurs and they're thinking how much money would they need to make to dominate their industry? How much money would they need to be? How much work would it take? How big of a crew would it take for them to accomplish, let's see, $1 million a year is an example I see there. So I love that. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep thinking like that. I lost a little bit of my train of thought there. He just says that, listen, if you're obsessed and passionate with your vision and you're not sacrificing your health, your basic, needs and your family, if that's important to you, then you're doing just fine. Don't let other people tell you to slow down. And if you have people around you that are telling you to slow down, relax, take it easy, maybe it's time to consider surrounding yourself with other go-getters, other hungry people who are pushing it really hard because I'm I'm probably the healthiest I've ever been. I'm not sacrificing my health. I get good sleep. I eat good, healthy, organic food. I'm actually right now going out to eat less than I ever have before because I'm wanting to put all of my money into the channel and into what I'm doing here. I posted a tweet last night from that other book I'm reading right now, which was from, forget the first name, last name Weissman of Philip Morgan, I believe. And he said that outside of his marriage, his business was the greatest love affair of his life. And he said, I know a lot of people probably won't understand that, but I bet my colleagues would. And that's exactly how I feel. I've met plenty of entrepreneurs who feel the same way about their business. They're healthy, they have good family lives. It's not a matter of you if you're going to be successful, you can't have anything else. You can have it all. That's really the mindset here. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is something that was probably the most insightful to me, which was about customer satisfaction. Oh yeah, I don't actually know how to mute my new microphone here. This is my microphone here. I have my old Blue Yeti microphone, but that mute button is very obvious. I don't know if I just touch this, if it'll mute. I can test it on the next one. Okay, so someone said, just read Jeff Bezos is getting a divorce. Do you think that's because he's successful? Or is it 50% of marriages end in divorce? Whether you're poor and in debt, or if you're Jeff Bezos, you got a 50% chance of that marriage working out anyway. So can we really blame his success for that? Or can we just blame the weird nature of long-term monogamous relationships? And basically, I almost view that as a way of setting ourselves up for failure. But again, we're not going to get into the education discussion. I don't want to get too much into the marriage discussion because we're already over 20 minutes. And I know people don't tend to watch YouTube videos that are this long as it is. So the last thing is customer satisfaction. Thank you, Rick Rabbit, for contributing that. I really appreciate that. I'm just like I try to keep these videos to like 10 minutes, but I knew with this book it was going to be really hard. So that's not your fault. That's on me. And now I need a tissue. It's okay. So customer satisfaction. He says in this book, and I tend to agree with him. At first, I was very like, it was hard to accept, but as I read on, I was like, okay, this actually makes a lot of sense. I totally get this. I totally agree. I've been teaching this to some other live streamers that I've been working with. And I think it's really key. And I think this could be a game changer for any entrepreneur that's watching this right now. And even if you're an intrapreneur, which is somebody who works for another company, but is a creative, powerful person with good management skills, and you want your company to do well, even if you don't own the company, you can still be like an entrepreneurial spirit. And you could call that an intrapreneur. You're in someone else's company, but you're still basically an entrepreneur. You're helping them in their entrepreneurial ventures. So you can submit this type of idea to your management, your boss, however it works where you work. Or if you can just take action on it yourself if you're in charge of this region of your business. He says customer satisfaction is the wrong thing to focus on. Stop worrying about customer satisfaction. I know it seems totally contrary to what we read in all the books and hear from all the gurus, and focus instead on what's most important to most businesses, which is customer acquisition, getting customers, converting people from prospects to customers, converting people from strangers who have no idea who you are to leads, to prospects, to customers. That's where most businesses are struggling, especially starting a new business. And I've noticed that myself. Sure, we have 100,000 followers on Periscope, but really we don't get a ton of eyeballs on our videos comparatively to what the people on YouTube who are making $1 million a year, the amount of eyeballs they get on their videos every single day, every single week, the amount of hours people spend watching their content. I realized, wow, yeah, maybe I'm a big fish in that small pond of Periscope, but in the grand scheme of the industry, I need more views. So I've been really lax on that. I've really been like, okay, well, Periscope will bring all the people into my broadcasts for me. Thank you, Periscope, for doing that, by the way. And I'll be good. And it worked for a while, but now my dream, my vision has grown so much that I'm not sure that one platform with a very small market share is really going to be able to support that vision. So I have been doing that. I've been doing the thing he's talking about where I was focusing on customer satisfaction. Like, okay, well, maybe I should offer more for people who contribute to the channel. Maybe I should change what I offer. Maybe I should do different types of content. But then I realized really probably what I need to start doing is advertising and doing marketing, targeted advertising and marketing to bring more people onto the channel. Because face it, this is a good channel. This is a good network. We provide quality content every single day. Maybe we have an off day every once in a while, but damn, we are nailing it. We are doing really well. I've seen what else is out there. I know that we have a great product here, and I know that if you take the information we provide on this channel and apply it to your life, you can have a great, amazing life too, and it actually can change your life and make it better. Therefore, it is very valuable, it's basically priceless, and it's worth a lot of money. The only problem is that nobody knows who the hell we are. That's what he was saying. He's like, why are you so worried about customer satisfaction when you ain't got no customers? You have no customers. Okay, you have a few. The most customers I've had at any given time in 1 month on this channel in terms of sponsorships at the website was 71. 71 people in the entire world were sponsoring my channel in July of 2018. And that was the peak of my performance. So that's the low-hanging fruit. That's what I need. I just need more eyeballs. I just need more exposure. So he also, let's see how he words that. Omnipresence, being everywhere. Everywhere somebody looks, they're seeing you. They can't forget about you. You are there. Anytime they think about your industry, they think about you. If they have a question about how to do something that has anything to do with what you do, they think of you. They come to you. So you want to be out there. You want to be exposing yourself as much as possible. Exposing yourself. Okay. You want as much exposure for your brand as possible. For me, I was going live on the channel 3 hours a day, every single day, and I thought, damn, I'm killing it. I'm so awesome. And then I realized, well, 24 hours a day would be the maximum level of exposure. And if I can get even multiple shows running on different channels, if I had 24 hours of content on Periscope and YouTube and Instagram and Twitch, which are our four main live streaming platforms right now, imagine what that would take. Now, that would be like a $2.5 million revenue we would need to come in to support that. But why not? There's plenty of businesses that make that much. There are YouTube videos that put out edited, recorded content, videos that are like 10 to 30 minutes long, twice a week, maybe even every day, let's say 7 days a week. We should be able to dominate that. I mean, we are doing so much more than that. So, and I'm not trying to just toot my own horn and talk about how awesome I am. This is our entire community. This is we. This is everyone who has made up this channel so far. And I've been trying to give this advice to other live streamers and wherever you're at in your industry as well. Chances are your product, your service, what you're doing is already really great and really awesome. Now, if you're scamming people and you're providing subpar products for a really ridiculous price, that's on you. I can't help you with that. That's not even a business, that's just a scam. But if you're actually providing good value and your product or your service is good, then chances are there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with your customer service people. You're not going to please everyone. You're always going to have complaints. You'll know you're taking the right amount of actions when you start getting more complaints. You know you're taking the right amount of action when people start criticizing you. For me, I knew that I was making a shift in my business when people started coming into my broadcast and calling me a scammer. Literally all my content is free. You don't have to go to the website and support the channel if you don't want. That's totally voluntary. That's totally your choice. I encourage you to do it. I ask you to do it. I would love for you to do it, but you certainly don't have to do it. And I certainly can't force you to do it. And I'm not misleading you into thinking that you're going to get anything super special for that you don't get for doing that. But what I realize is Tai Lopez, who I kind of identify with as a very similar type service and product to what I'm doing here, is that he gets that 100% of all of his broadcasts. He goes live, people are in their scammer. This is the biggest scammer on the internet. Listen, I've bought some of Tai Lopez's products. Anything I bought, I received, and I always felt like I paid less than the value that I received from those products. Now, I haven't bought a ton of them, but I'm just saying I've never been scammed by him. I don't know anyone I've seen people call him a scammer. I've asked them, how did he scam you? What happened? Nothing, no answer. It's just the response. Sometimes some people hate success. Some people are mad at successful people because they're not successful. Don't be like those people. Learn from the successful people. Message me right now and ask me any questions that you want because right now I'm quite successful in all areas of my life. So there's a lot that you could learn from me. Don't be so proud and so egotistical that you can't learn from me. Maybe I'm younger than you. Maybe I'm a woman. Maybe I'm 95 pounds, which I am. I weighed myself this morning, but you can still learn from me. And I can learn from Tai, who sometimes, maybe comes across a little bit arrogant. Maybe he would totally crush me and criticize everything about me and tell me I'm not doing enough. That's what Grant would definitely say. But I don't care. I want to learn from these people. I want to read as many books as I can. I want to soak it up like a sponge. I want to swallow my pride. I want to work on my own ego. I want to humble myself so that I can actually be successful. Because I think that's really what it takes. When I started searching out mentors in my life, my success level changed. I took off way more than I had my entire life of just doing the norm and doing the average thing. So if you don't want to reach out to me, reach out to somebody else you'd like to learn from. I recommend that you make a list of 10 people you'd like to be mentored by and learn from and reach out to them today. Send them emails, however you can reach out to them, Instagram message, Twitter, whatever works for you. Reach out to them, see if you can get 15 to 30 minutes of their time to ask them a few questions. It could literally change the course of your life. I think that's about it. So again, this has been a book review on the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. We're at about 30 minutes. That's not too bad. Thank you guys for making it through this. I hope it was worth it to you. 30 minutes of your life, and you can now create many, 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 many more hours. And hopefully you are stacking. So you're listening to this while working on something else. I love that. I love to hear about people that are doing multiple productive activities at once. Hey James, hi. James, I just wrote your name down on my list today. I have to meet up with you. I forgot this was YouTube for a second. The best broadcast on Scope. Thank you, Josh. I love that. I'm sorry, Josh. Educational products. I only take advice from people who weigh 96 pounds. Get your weight up, kids. I love you guys. You're always making me laugh. I love the positivity. I love the support, the encouragement. Let me know how I can support and encourage you. I want to find new problems. That was another thing he said in this book is that you'll know you're taking the right amount of action when you have new problems. You're always looking for something new. You're taking care of your current problems, which is creating new problems. And that's how it should be. You have this long to-do list, and as you start doing things, it adds and adds and adds more, but you're not doing the same thing over and over, day in and day out, and expecting to get some different kind of crazy, miraculous, extraordinary results. You're creating new problems. You're looking for new problems. You're like, okay, what are your, and that's what I want to know. I want to know your specific problems. Message me. Tell me what's going on in your relationship. What's going on with your money problem, your money situation. What's going on with your health. Let's talk about it. See if I can help you. If I can't help you, I can find somebody who can, or I can find a book that can help you. This is my strength, okay? Is finding answers. I'm a research minded person, and I know I'm talking about myself a lot. This is just what I can do. There's plenty of other content creators on this channel which can help you with lots of other things. Just reach out. Don't be afraid. Take action today. When you're excited, do it. Whatever you want to do. If you want to go buy this book on Amazon, I don't care if it's $20 full price. Go buy it. Get a library card and go get it from the library for free. It might be in the library. If it's not, it's worth the $20, I promise you. You can resell it on eBay when you're done for probably about the same amount. Take action. Don't procrastinate. Be obsessed. Massive action. This has been A Moment in Time with Taylor. Josh says some mentors are crazy mofos. Guilty. femyoga.com. Click the support button. Help us to keep this channel going and growing with your support. And remember, if you subscribe for monthly sponsorships, you'll be entered to win $100 cash every month. 8 days until we give away the next $100. It's on the January 17th, 2019. We'll give away $100 to one of our monthly sponsors. So go to femyoga.com, click support, subscribe for monthly sponsorships. You could do it as little as $5 a month, and that's going to help us get to that $2.5 million goal that I just came up while we were doing this book review. Boom. I hear my family getting home. This is perfect timing. This synchronicity. I love you guys. And I think I'm going to be going to the 10X conference February 1st through 3rd in Miami, Florida. I'd love to meet you guys if you're going to be there. Get yourselves there however you can. I would love to see you there. I am going to be buying my tickets in the next couple hours now that my man is home. And this this has been A Moment in Time with Taylor. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Please, 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 now's your chance. Go to femyoga.com, click that support button, help us out. One ox. Not one ox, 10x. I love your comments, James. I'll see you guys later. I'll be live on Periscope later today. Bye.